Hello and welcome to another episode of Kingdom Holocron. I am your host, Lord Meltness, and today we're going to be reading some awesome stories. I actually haven't read them yet. My wife picked them out for me, and she thought it would be better to surprise me and get a more, honest reaction. But before we get into it, please forgive me. I have to do the YouTube stuff. If you enjoy things like this, please feel free to leave a comment, leave a like, and in the comments, give me ideas. What stories would you like me to cover? What types of stories would you like me to cover? Anything to please you guys. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Our first story comes from CommentBot Gamma. Well, some other good comments would be when we were on a prison ship. We were in separate cells and had to come up with our own ways out. I was pretty much a low-intelligence brute, so while everybody else was devising schemes, I yanked out the toilet fixture and started climbing through the sewage system. Don't ask me how I fit, I guess the GM was just having a good day. When I finally found my way out, I popped back up through the guards' latrine, and had to fight a couple of them while covered in... When this was over, I stepped back through the cell block to see my hut boss and the two Jedi coming from the opposite way to come break me out. Many jokes were had at my expense. We fought a group of space pirates. They came aboard our ship, that we acquired in a completely legal fashion, of course. My friend's plan was to surrender to them and make it seem like there was something of value in the ship hidden somewhere. The captain took us aboard his ship while sending a lot of his men to search our ship, which was in bad shape and contained nothing of real value. So while my friend was getting interrogated about the contents of our ship, the Jedi and I sneak our way over to the bridge and take over. Once we'd made all the pirates board our old ship, we told the Jedi to call the proper authorities. While we were doing that, we sneaked down to the weapons pods and blew them out of the sky, because we were not nice people. The Jedi were not happy about that one. Oh gosh, that's hilarious. Just going through the latrine, beating the crap out of people, and then the complete Uno reverse card that they did with the ship here with the pirates. That's great. That's fantastic. Oh, the GM must have gotten a good kick out of that one. Our next story comes from Quintok. I have a story, if you are interested, about how my friends blew up a Krayt dragon. Oh boy, that's how you know it's gonna be good. Just for context here, Krayt dragons are apex predators on Tatooine. So you remember the old bones that 3PO and R2 were walking by at the beginning of the movie? Yeah, those are Krayt dragon. I ran a game with my mates not too long ago. It was set during the Old Republic era. There were about 6 of them, and they established a mercenary bounty hunting group known as the Black March Company. They were sent to Tatooine on a retrieval mission by some Hutt from Nar Shaddaa. What they were getting was inconsequential. A rival crime group was in possession of it. They had to find where the crime group was, infiltrate, as much as they more often preferred to do, assault the base, collect the item, and return to the hut. Easy enough, right? Well, maybe. They eventually came around the entrance to the underground base, out in the Jundland Wastes via a small cave. That cave eventually led us to a large underground facility, and they handily took care of the hostile inhabitants. The complex finished in a large a large open cavern that opened back out into the surface, but it was blocked. Judging by the perception checks from a distance, they were able to identify that a large object was a sleeping Krayt dragon. Oh boy. Now, initially, since they were such a low level, I intended the Krayt dragon to be a fake, a large mechanical replica designed to simply ward off intruders or maybe open up to let visiting ships in. Then my brilliant friends decided to kill it. They turned around, went the way they came, got back to their ship, and planned how. The main instigator, a Keldor demolition expert, wanted to blow the thing up. But how? Simply placing all the explosives they could scavenge together near the dragon wouldn't kill it. Its thick armored scales would protect it. So they decided to do it by a bantha. Oh gosh, I think I know what they're going for. For only around about 50 credits, they secured themselves one. The Keldor pooled the entire party's collection of explosives into one huge chunk of detonite. Then, the Syrian medic surgically opened the bantha and inserted the explosives into it. He sewed it back together and hit it with enough painkillers to get it standing. Even then, the poor thing was not in good shape. I actually had to give a dark side point or two to the Syrian simply because of how inhumane this was. Yep, they're doing exactly what I thought they were gonna do. So, with the bantha dangling from a harness attached to the ship, they flew out to the Krayt dragon from the opposite side and dropped the bantha in front of it. The Krayt dragon, which I then decided to be a real one, stirred and approached the bantha. It sniffed the sickly bantha and swallowed it whole. Now, hovering in place at a safe distance, the team were watching the events take place. They were all perched on the open landing ramp, watching intently. Once they were sure the bantha was in the stomach of the Krayt dragon, the Keldor remotely detonated the explosives. Now, I was getting excited. So far, the group hadn't stuffed up, which was surprising. They usually screw something up. I really wanted to see if they could do it. I was using some stats for a Krayt dragon that had over 400 health points. Once he detonated the explosives, we had to roll for damage. There were so much explosives, I didn't even have enough d6s. We had to use a bulk dice rolling app on someone's phone. Ignoring the 15 damage reduction, because the explosives were literally on the other side of the natural armor, the explosives just managed to kill it, with 15 damage to spare. Wow, that is close. They blew the Krayt dragon clean in two. Both halves writhed in pain for at least 10 minutes before finally giving up and dying. Now, you'd think that would be enough, but oh no. Not for my players. Not even close. Once they had picked up the package in their ship, the item was so large they weren't able to get it back through the underground base, and had to remove the Krayt dragon to get their ship in anyway. The Keldor was struck by another brilliant idea. He asked me, "How big is a Krayt dragon's head?" Without thinking, I was like, "Oh, pretty big, probably about as big as your ship." Oh no. No, 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 no. Okay, let's do this. Famous last words. The team then worked to remove the Krayt dragon's head, clean it out, and eventually attach the Krayt dragon's skull, still covered in flesh and skin, to the ship. It took them a couple of days. So now, the Black March Company fly around the galaxy in a Krayt dragon skull. Yeah, my mates are a little odd. Oh my gosh. That's just... Oh my gosh. Why? Just why? I mean, I've DM'd for Fantasy Flight, and my players did something crazy, but not this insane. That's a great group. Good job, guys. And on that hilarious note, we're going to end this episode of Kingdom Holocron. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.